was mean,
You
like his
you
name.
and I can't both be saying I'm wrong there, okay? One of y'all got to be on my side.
No way, man. Chill, you got it.
I'm just saying.
Man, it's his help.
He likes you to be on my side because he knows more about it. Look over here.
Hey,
Oh
man.
my God, bro. Bro, you need to be stopped, bro.
Oh.
Here is
You even lost a point on the stage last week.
Yeah.
he
lost the
should have
point.
lost multiple.
Wait a
But the
minute.
main person that should have got points taken was Chim.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
I
my
was
God.
cracking up. June was like, you lost a point. And I was like, nobody knows what they're talking about.
Man, listen, take a point from Micah forever.
Oh my, bro.
He's got as a matter of fact, he's never even eligible to get a point again ever.
He brought him even gain a point.
So how did he end up back here on Saturday with Brandy? How did he do like?
Brandon,
Why did she do that to herself?
we live too, by the way. But yes, keep going. Keep going.
There you go.
Exactly.
Jeez. You know what, June?
I
am
But,
on
you know,
side today.
I want to start just going live, just regular conversation, because it's better. It's like it's real, but I do always think somebody's gonna say some shit they really don't want publicized.
Why don't you do it to somebody else, June?
Well, you did good. You said what you and you did something even better. You was critical of Micah, which is the main point of this podcast.
The main point, and I'm taking the point away, was that in moments of transparency, right? So
Moments of transparency.
The day after that, right? I had to prep, and then that Friday I had to host the James Page art gallery open, right?
Which was amazing.
Thank you. I actually curated the event, but the other person only heard what Micah said, and literally had to give me like that talk, like, so we don't want to have none of this riffraff and yeah, I heard about what happened at the.
This is a nice establishment.
I'm like, man, what do you mean? Like,
She said,
so
bad,
another point away from Micah, man. Come on,
bad
man.
association spoils useful habits.
Shelly Sale, Mark Brown said, "Let me know if you need someone funny. He's available."
Oh.
Mark Brown. Look at me.
Yeah,
Look at me, Mark Brown. You're not funny.
That was
I
the.
thought you were about to be like, yes, I need you.
So, Mark Brown, Chef Mark Brown, my business partner.
No, he is hilarious.
Take a point from
That was
Peanut.
real.
Take a point from Peanut. Take a point from Peanut. Because that is an
best day of
untrue.
my life.
Mark Brown, you are not funny. Why do we keep going through this?
What?
And don't call in live to this show to try to argue your point.
937-991-0025 to go live.
I'm back on your side, June. Like, you just,
Yeah.
I mean, why do we have to fight?
I was only telling the viewers, it wasn't just for Mark Brown. It was.
During the
Anyway.
course of this show, me and who you call Juanita will be calling each other our real names that nobody knows except for us.
Right, we're like June. What the hell is June?
June and Shelly Shell. The June and Shelly Shell show.
Oh, gosh.
So,
Look.
what's my final topic? How did you enjoy Stolen the live podcast?
Can y'all see this thing up here where I'm at? How do I expand it? Right here? Boom. Is that the expand? Hey, there y'all go. Now y'all can see y'all's comments coming through.
Got it on the first try.
Yes, sir. All right, go ahead, P.
So
My
yeah,
bad.
how did you enjoy the live podcast at Shoot Center? And what show did you show up to? Was it
I was at the first show.
okay? So
I was at the first show
What show
where,
did you show up
where
to?
kids weren't exactly welcome.
what? Now wait. Now. To me, that was fun because we all know who that kid was. It wasn't so anybody.
Shut that baby up. That's my grandson, man. Nobody talks to my grandson like that and lives.
How do you feel about his grandson?
That's his cousin. His baby, man.
Okay.
It's his little great grand. Yeah,
Okay.
his little great.
But it's
It's my
We
family.
talk about people being fake offended. Like,
Mm.
how do you feel about that fake outrage?
No, I was real offended.
Yeah. Listen,
Offended.
it is true that it was possible for people.
Fake offend.
No, I
Can't
don't
tell
think.
kids that.
I
in
don't think that
public.
is. I wouldn't call it fake offense. Okay, I wouldn't call it necessarily fake offense. Oh, hold on, I'm destroying this whole show.
Oh God.
Is this people don't got the phone number. People don't got the phone number here.
I like him feeling nobody.
People don't got the phone number. Oh my God, this is turning into a bad show.
This is
I
a
wonder
great
who's
show.
controlling this.
I'm
Wait,
rough, man. Hold on. So look,
Shout the big.
we talking about fake offended,
Yeah.
right? I think people have the right to not want to deal with this or that. So it is okay. But I am saying, like, everybody messes up, man. And everybody is ratchet in their own way sometimes. And so I just think that we've all heard worse and seen
Oh,
equal.
absolutely.
And it's kind of like
Prime example. In the same show, you have people saying, "Oh, that's messed up," but we talk about beating your kids.
people stood up and was clapping with both hands over their head. The same people that would walk out because Chim is cussing, they was the same people who saying, beat your kids, beat your kids, yeah.
Oh boy. Not beating our kids in 2023. We're not doing that. We have on.
Hey, we got a caller. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. I was screening the calls a little too heavy.
Hey, man,
No.
ring, bro.
I don't know how they got the phone number. It's not in the phone number is not a part of this status that we have.
Peanut just blasted the phone number out. It's Peanut.
Peanut, you got his phone number?
I gave it out to my friend.
All right, okay, caller. What's your name and where you calling?
Name is
Chills, Mike. Go ahead, ma'am. What's your name and where you calling from?
my name is Peanut Princess, and I'm calling from Dayton, Ohio.
Peanut Princess, hey, welcome to the show. What's your point?
My point is
Peanut
I don't-
Princess? Are you affiliated with Peanut Johnson?
not by choice.
Not by choice. So are you calling in here to do what we all want? And that's
Yes.
say something disparaging about Peanut?
Yeah.
I would never say anything disparaging. Peanut is a phenomenal man.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna have to hang. We're gonna have to hang up on you now.
troll.
Man. Nah. Okay, go ahead. What's your comment for the show?
I love Juanita. Have a great show. Bye bye.
Oh, I love you too, Jazzy.
Everybody, beware as soon as we walk out of the door. Who was that?
She's on the run from federal enforcement, I'm pretty sure.
So
That was scary.
she
Okay,
couldn't
Jasmine.
She couldn't give her.
Have y'all
real
ever
name.
seen the show You on Netflix?
yeah.
Yeah.
I've not seen
You
that.
was about to stalk her, dude.
Peanut Princess. Okay.
A stalker.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
scared.
I love Juanita. Oh shit.
I know you want to.
Call 937-371-0005. What's up? What show? What we going?
Okay, so I'm here because next week
Yeah.
I am hosting my podcast preview party for the Broken Entrepreneur.
Yes.
Yes. And we have successfully shot 9 episodes,
Yep.
and we're going to start rolling them out next week. So, of course, we have to celebrate it because it was a little rocky to get started.
It was.
So, we're going to do that. We started working on the podcast, the concept for the podcast last August.
Hit that mic.
So
Go ahead. Say something, Shell.
say something, Shell.
Oh.
I'm good. That better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Say something.
Say something.
Okay. You good. Pete,
Okay.
check your own mic.
So we started working on the podcast last August. We did some promos and life just didn't let us get started like we thought we would in the fall. So we finally got up and running earlier this year, the first quarter of this year. And we were successful at getting 9 different entrepreneurs to come in and talk to us, not just about how great they are or about what makes them so famous, what variety. We really wanted to discuss, to discuss challenges that they've had and how they overcame those challenges.
Yeah.
So for me as an entrepreneur, I noticed that things weren't exactly going the way I wanted them to go. And I noticed that I was in the midst of things were declining, not moving at all in the way that they should. And I decided not to so much give up, but to figure out what I needed to do better in order to turn things around. So I'm in the pipeline of trying to rectify things so that we can become sustainable, and profitable,
Yeah.
and that we're here for the next 20 years.
Right. So I also want to ask you some, because like you kind of spoke about different various failures throughout your career. But there were some things that like you didn't talk about, like the dating mall for like example. Can you walk us through like what did you learn from that situation? What do you wish you would have done different, or would you have done it exactly the same?
So there's a couple things about the date mall that I could have did better. Number one, with the date mall, the poor thing almost did not stand a chance because we opened the date mall in August of 2019, and then 6 months later we're looking at a closure. So we really just didn't stand a chance at the Dayton Mall, even moving into a beautiful space. So we went into the Dayton Mall and we were in the food court. And then we relocated into the beer and wine garden downstairs, which is an absolutely beautiful space. And we negotiated the ability to be able to do things in that open court in front of us, able to, and we had some successful events there. But after COVID-19, you had people who did not come back to the mall.
Right.
And especially if they were coming to the mall, they didn't come back to the Dayton Mall.
Right.
So with the declining traffic at the mall, it just made it impossible for us to stay.
But man, you know what? Just the mall concept right now, I think brick and mortar is damn near outdated. Stores in general is kind of like fading away. And I see a changing of the guard where it shouldn't be like a lot of brick and mortars. Like what I got right here is a dinosaur. It's a heavy, big building, exactly how it looks. And I'm talking about as far as overhead is concerned and just unnecessary. It's unnecessary in order to get money.
But I disagree with you. I disagree with you just on the premise of what you do here.
Yeah.
So you are a production facility.
Right.
It's not so much that your primary function here is not retail. Your primary function here is production.
Yeah.
Like
true.
this is a production space.
Yeah.
You've got production going on all over the space. You are using almost every feet of this room, building.
Yeah. I am. I mean, you need a place. You do need a place in order to produce.
Absolutely.
True, but the amount of space, I don't need a space as big as what I got, and just having customers come to you. and come inside your space and deal with you is something that's unnecessary. Like, let's take Amazon, for example. They rolling hard, but nobody has to necessarily go there.
Right.
They just take their order and then deliver it. And then I think that I can do the same thing. Like, for example, when people come here, they still send me stuff digitally even while they're inside the store. You know, they send me their artwork or they send me the sizes that they want, because I almost want what they're giving me in their writing in order to avoid making mistakes, typos, and all that other type of stuff. So people can send me their artwork from the convenience of their own home. I can produce whatever it is they need produced and then deliver it to them. And we could do our own local delivery, or we could also do like a national delivery, because people get stuff from me that's in Georgia and all over the country. Obviously, they don't come here. And so I think my main point in bringing all that up is just to say the malls. The malls are a concept that's really, really fading.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's anything that you were necessarily doing wrong other than just being at the mall where people are kind of, especially after COVID.
Oh, yeah. And even being at the Fairfield Commons Mall.
Yeah.
Let me tell you one of the main reasons why that Fairfield Commons Mall is jumping.
Yeah.
So right in the middle of the food court, you have Playland.
Mm-hmm.
There is always 25 children in Playland.
Right.
Like at any given time, on any given day, that space is full of children and their mothers or their fathers or whole families. I've seen people do free birthday parties.
Right there.
Right there. They brought all of the party stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're utilizing that space for something bigger than just shopping.
Right.
So they're coming in. It's an inside play area. It's guarded against the rain, snow, sleet, wind. You go there and your kids can play for free.
I think you own something.
For free.
Yeah.
So when we have women
turn this into Playland.
Look, I'm only thinking like
New plan over tomorrow. New Playland. Not No Way Man, but New Playland.
So yeah, so we every now and again we get the benefit of the women who are there with their children and they're buying coffee and smoothies and things like that. But that Playland is always full. But Fairfield Commons food court is the number one in Washington Prime's portfolio. Like that food court. But I think it's primarily just how it's situated, because you have that door right there at the food court. So you can go right into the food court. You don't have to navigate it like you did at the Dayton Mall, because you walk a quarter mile to get to the mall,
for sure.
the food court at the Dayton Mall.
And the parking and all that. Yeah.
A quarter mile at least. So yeah.
But so not all business models fit the remote sequence, right? I mean, because like you've done the mail shipping of coffee. And
Absolutely.
What was your experience with that?
Oh, so during COVID, we did a great job with our subscription service. So we had a subscription service that we mailed either samplers or we mailed 12-ounce bags. The sampler was really cool because every month people got 4 different coffee blends, 2 traditional and then 2 flavor. That was really helpful because it also gave us an opportunity to test new things to see how customers would like it. But the rising cost just priced us out of that subscription business. Because the cost of those items, it just made the subscription, that price, it just inflated so much. Yeah. So, but we are trying to get the subscription service back within the next 30 days.
Okay.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Let's talk about the culture of, coffee in a coffee house and you know what I'm saying, in a central location. Because which kind of goes into the book, right? But what is the culture of coffee like?
Oh, so coffee house life. Coffee house life. So it is chill. It is relaxing. it gives you the freedom to think and to explore and to create. So you hear stories about people writing screenplays at a coffee house, or you got people who are creating poetry in a coffee house. People are drawing in a coffee house. People are meeting and falling in love in a coffee house. Like you got all these dope things that are happening in this space, but it's conducive for it. So you come in, it's got a dope aroma. It's warm, it's friendly. We got
Vibes and stuff for sure.
we got plant life, so there is life.
Right.
Um,
A
we-
terrarium.
we do have a terrarium,
Yeah.
and it's doing quite well, guys.
You guys were wondering about a terrarium. It's in great hands. Right.
It is in great hands. It is a whole ecosystem,
That's
and
a
if you
lot.
don't know, you probably should come and see.
For sure.
You know. So there's music that is the music. It depends on who's behind the counter. The music that you pay. I don't know if love.
Love is not watching, so I don't say about her. You will hear any gripes from me if anybody seen that video that went viral with me and her on the phone. But so is there anything you want to say about the music being dependent on who's behind the counter and when you're not there? Is the
So
same vibe when you're not there? I'm asking.
so if Erica is working,
Shout out to Eric.
shout out to Erica.
She
If
makes my
Erica
matcha perfect.
is working, then you're gonna get heavy Jill Scott, Erica Badu, a lot of just classic neo soul.
Mhm.
If I'm working, you may get Earth, Wind, and Fire sprinkled with a little NWA and Ice Cube.
Okay. And if Love is there, you getting Jay-Z's first album, second album, third album, the Black Album, and some unreleased hits by Jay-Z.
And some African spiritual songs that may scare you a little bit.
Yeah, I'll be missing them.
Oh my God. But anyway, no, Lovia plays great music.
Absolutely.
I always tease her because I'm like, Lovia, where you get all this low vibrating music from? I come in and it's just like I want to take a nap. I'm gonna take a nap. But
we all share this thing called Wednesday.
yeah.
Let's talk about it.
We do love Wu-Tang Wednesday. So shout out to the Barrel House.
For sure.
We
Sponsor for the supporters of the podcast.
supporters of the
There we go.
podcast. So we love going down to Wu-Tang Wednesday.
For sure.
Shout out to Ike B,
For sure.
the bad boy.
Yeah.
So Ike B curated this whole notion of Wu-Tang Wednesday. He put that together himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he just goes down and he just playing all this old school R&B. And he takes requests.
Yeah.
And he just kind of takes you back. And then you go to the Barrel House. It's kind of like you in your granny's basement a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like that basement party that you had as a kid.
For sure.
It gives you that kind of vibe,
And
right?
you kind of don't really know the respect. Like sometimes you go there and it's not like the most lit night, but you still have a great time because maybe it's more intimate setting because you and your friends there. But you come there sometimes and everybody and their mama there. Everybody in Michael right there. I'm like, whoa, Michael Wright, what you doing here, man?
2 2 2 7 4 7 7. I'm sorry.
It's all good. Copy and paste that there. Remember.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm saying all that to say is like the downtown nightlife is existent, right? Because I mean, like we have our certain little places like we can go and have a good time.
Oh, absolutely.
But nothing compares in contrast to the original Third Perk. So let's
Oh
talk
my
about
gosh.
yeah, we gotta go there.
Whew. So the original Third Perk. So when we opened,
And you getting comments over there, by the way. So, I love you, Juanita
He
Darn.
said,
That's high money.
Juanita Applebaum. Hey.
Shout out.
Hey, India. And hey, Neff. Dream big,
There
Neff.
we go.
Dream big.
There you go. That's all.
Antoine Cunningham is the bomb.
For sure. For sure.
Period.
Legend.
Definitely the bomb and definitely an inspiration to me absolutely an inspiration. And he is steady celebrating people when, dude, you should be celebrated.
For sure.
You should be celebrated because what you are doing is legendary.
And I owe you that sit down. My bad. I actually had COVID when he came through here, so I actually owe him a real. I ain't saying they gave a good interview, but I took points away the whole time. But so back to
With the point system.
he ain't here to block it neither. So the original
So
Third Perk.
when we opened in 2015, we were at 5th and Ludlow.
Yes.
And we were adjacent to Dayton Public Schools. We were adjacent to Sinclair Community College. Really before things just in downtown proper really just started exploding.
Right.
So you had Delish, of course.
The Downtown Browns.
The Downtown Browns, yes, my Downtown Brown sister, and one of the guests on our first season of the podcast,
Love
Jasmine
that.
Brown.
Love it.
So we had Delish. It was Twist Cupcakery. We were there. We didn't have a whole lot of things in downtown Dayton. So in those so many restaurants. Because if you wanted a restaurant, you kind of had to go into the Oregon district to get the restaurants. You made me look over.
I'm good, Josh.
Hey, Josh. Josh is my brother. I love
Sure,
Josh.
he's cool. Super cool.
And his brother is the best attorney in the world.
Say that. Say that. for
Said it. So, but we were there, and so many things happened for us, which was a good thing, because before COVID, we were like the go-to space for like open mics, different parties, anything art-wise. We did it at Third Perk.
Yeah.
And as we were moving towards COVID, you know, Genuine Works open, which became a huge art hub. And then you had other spaces open up after COVID. So we were not the only choice. Now you have options in Dayton, which is a good thing. The options are a good thing. But that first space, we had so many people come out of that space who are doing wonderful things now. So the Underdog Academy, Leroy, shout out to Leroy Bean, and that whole crew, which started the EP open mic with Ebony Stroud. They did the EP open mic maybe for 2 or 3 years. And there was so many wonderful poets who came out of there, again, who are doing wonderful things, not just in the city, but regionally.
Absolutely.
So we just had a lot of magic there. And I had a kitchen with a door where I could be behind the door.
What is the significance of having a kitchen with a door? I mean, I don't come from that.
Well,
ilk, so.
well, I'm only saying that because it's kind of cool to have a kitchen with a door, because you're cooking in the kitchen versus just being open.
Okay.
So I miss having that dedicated kitchen. My dedicated kitchen on 5th Street was much bigger than that whole space that I call a bar on 3rd Street. So I just had more space and freedom to be able to get things together. So I miss that space.
Oh,
I love my new location, but I miss that
you got to put
space.
the S on there.
But the coffee house is downtown.
Okay.
So when we talk about Third Perk Express in multiple locations, that's different from the coffee house, because Third Perk Express doesn't give you that. You don't get that same thing when you go into a Third Perk Express, because it is open for everybody. But when you come into the coffee house downtown, you are coming into our space.
Yeah.
And it is.
How many times we to kick somebody up out of there? All right. So funny story. This one time, right? We literally sat inside the coffee house. I don't know what day of the week it was. Somebody come sit and start pulling their pants down on the bench outside. I said, "How do you deal with the crazies downtown? How? The viewers want to know. How do you deal with the crazies?"
I'm just empathetic.
Okay.
And I'm compassionate, and I give grace and mercy. Because I should.
I'm talking about you being a magnet for crazies also. We're gonna talk about that.
I am. They look for me. They look for me. I pull up at 6:00 in the morning and they're waiting for me like, hey, Juanita.
I'm waiting out here all day with no drawers on.
I've been waiting right here for you. Here I am.
Yeah, like just last week the guy walked across the street with blood on his back of his head, and I'm like, what's going on? But anyway,
we're in downtown Dayton. We're like a block away from the hub.
Yeah.
And we are like, it's a cesspool. And they've got between the teenagers who really don't have a thing to do. Like, our teenagers don't have a place to call their own. So that becomes a hot spot because you have all the high schools converging at the hub, and then they travel over to the library. That is supposed to be for learning.
They be learning some different things over
They
there.
be learning some different things over there today. But then you also have a high population of homeless people.
Absolutely.
You have a high population of people who are in a mental crisis.
Yeah.
And all of that together just makes a really good, interesting mix. So you never know what's going to happen.
That's why I like to go there, get my matcha and people watch it. Listen, if you a people watch champion like me, it's the perfect place in the world.
Yeah.
Third Perk, the network, and people watch. All right.
It is.
But let's not get to the inception of the coffee house book.
Oh my goodness. So the coffee house book, it is a coffee table book. It is full of stories and pictures. There's poetry. There's so many things there. And it is beautiful. It is beautiful. And the coffee table book is written in 4 quarters.
Okay.
So the first quarter talks a little bit about me, or a lot about me. The second quarter talks about the process of opening a business, or specifically opening the coffee house, and what we did to make that happen. But it is the third quarter where the magic starts.
Okay.
So the third quarter is about the people in the coffee house. So the book is titled The People's Coffee House. So we're not the people's coffee house without the people.
Right.
So we had about 15 of our favorites give us pictures and give us their stories about their experiences in the coffee house, what it means to the community. And it is so touching.
When you first talked about it, how jealous was I on a scale of 1 to 10?
12. It was a 12.
Yeah.
It was a 12. But we started working on this project in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So even before COVID started, I had this idea of memorializing the coffee house and getting people's take on how they felt about it. So I've been holding on to some of these stories since the first quarter of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, we were able to really wrap it up. I'm going to be honest. I was able to wrap my portion up.
Mm-hmm.
And I've given the book to a few people to read through.
Mm-hmm.
And the feedback that I'm getting is just amazing.
Right.
Like, my administrator, she read through the book, and she's not a long-standing coffee house person. She wasn't familiar with the first phase, and we just met. So I gave her the book, and she said, I read through the first quarter and the second quarter, and she said, then I skipped the third quarter.
Like, wait, that's where the magic
Wait a
happened.
minute, but she wanted to skip it. She said, I wanted to have something to look forward to when I actually get the book.
Mm-hmm.
She said, and when I got to the fourth quarter, she said, I just start crying. And I was like, you start crying? She said, because I felt like I had really went through this whole thing. Like, I felt like I was a part of it. And I'm like, that was so dope.
Mm-hmm.
Because first of all, she's an academic.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't see a lot wrong with my writing, which is always something that I'm conscious of because I am a mathematics teacher.
Okay.
So I'm out of my past tense, my present tense, and all of those things because usually I junk that up.
Mm-hmm.
But so the writing was good and the story is good. So It's coming, y'all. It's coming.
And one of the things in the book that I got a chance to see and I was asking 100 questions about was the coffee mug. The
huge coffee mug.
yeah.
So some of you guys, especially if you guys were customers on 5th Street, our tip jar was this big green mug, which was actually a flower pot. So
How big was it?
it's a big ass cup.
Like, it's so big. Like, it was a dog inside of one. I'm like, how do you get a dog in a coffee pot?
It's a chihuahua sitting in this coffee mug. So it's chihuahua size, right? So the summer before we opened up, Kaylin, my daughter, KP, shout out to KP.
Shout out.
Kaylin took a photography class over at Sinclair.
Mhm.
And she had to do a project. And I said, why don't you do this coffee cup as your muse? And she looked at me like, y'all know how KP looked at me. Because y'all know how KP. She's like, okay. And then she went off and she took all of these really, really cool pictures.
That's hard.
So she took pictures at Mallory Park. She took pictures at my sister's salon. Like in various places, she had all these pictures. A lot of pictures at Sinclair, and it just kind of rolls with the whole theme of the book. So that gallery is featured in the very first portion of the book, even before the first quarter. So it's a part of the introduction of the book.
So, have you guys read these comments yet or no? So we got. What about Tiffany Ray Bozeman? Have y'all seen this one?
I haven't.
Let's run it back. Let's run it back.
Let's. So just so we can make sure that we just chopping it up and engaging.
I haven't seen Tiffany's comment.
It says, I can agree with that. Many people have gotten used to doing business remotely. So she was talking about when
Yes.
I was
Yes.
talking about I.
Wait a minute.
I had to go.
Point. It's like
I went back to the comment where she was talking about me after I just missed a whole portion of the interview.
no. Okay, so let me tell you about Tiffany Ray Bozeman.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
So Tiffany will be in the house forever because she will Instacart. She does all of these things that I don't exactly do. So she has mastered doing all of these things very, very well.
Yeah.
So she flows with it, like Amazon, Instacart.
So that's right up her alley.
Yes.
The stuff that I'm talking about, she like, you see? That's what I'm trying to tell you. I've been
But
telling
see,
you.
for me, I like to touch my clothes.
Yeah.
Like
I like going to get my stuff right now.
I want to touch my
I do. I ain't
my
gonna even lie.
clothes,
I like to
and I want to look
like to go
at
get
it.
it right
Have you
now.
ever ordered something and you thought it was gonna be this big and it was this
I
big?
get problems with that, but I got a yellow version of this one I never wear because if I put another, it's like it's too big, but they the same size.
But let me say this, though. No, I have never ordered something and it was the wrong size. You know why? Because I always go and get mine right from the store. That's how out of touch I am with this philosophy that I'm trying to institute. I'm like, I'm not buying what I'm selling. But no,
That
others,
is rich. I'm not buying what I'm selling.
but others will.
Yes.
Uh,
He's
let me
giving
see.
you a point.
You gave me a point. Damn. Big Kiara Wine.
Yes.
He's on this podcast. He's checking you out. He said, "Y'all continue to be great. I'm inspired by each of you. Real talk."
Well, June, we've already read that comment. I'm taking a point from you.
Comments. What? Everybody, don't even. Now, what about Anissa or is it Anisha? Anissa Lumpkin said, "Hey, Juanita."
Hey, girl. Hey. Okay, so let me.
Here we go.
We gotta stop.
All right.
Anissa Lumpkin is a GOAT. Greatest of all time.
Oh,
Really?
She
Okay.
is an Air Force veteran, but she has developed a program that goes into the HBCUs to to help them do business with the Air Force. Like she's helping institutions
Yeah.
gain millions of dollars in contracts. So she has instituted this.
Do they need T-shirts?
Anissa, call me. Call me, Anissa. I got something. Hey, no, me and Shell need some of that work too.
We do.
Yes, we do. We need contacts, man. We need contacts.
So
I need the business relationship with her. That's what's going on.
but Anissa is doing fabulous things with especially on the tech side, getting those individuals together with the Air Force. So shout out to you, sis. And she is a shero. She is a 2019 shero. Shout out to our shero.
That's hard.
So hold on. Let me just I'll just blow through these comments real quick, just so people can know when you comment, your comment gonna get read, man.
Of course, they're important.
Is this Imani Faison?
Yes. India.
She said, "Hey, Peanut, I'm trying to get on the podcast."
Okay.
All right, and then we got Joshua Knowles that said, "What's up to both of you guys?" Mad love, sis. Do you need a coffee house on West 3rd Street near Westtown? It said, "Do you need one of those?"
Well, guess what we are doing?
Mm-hmm.
So at 3907 West 3rd Street, Mark Brown, Chef Mark Brown, and I are opening a soul food carryout. So it is not going to be a coffee house, although we may have some coffee there. Maybe we've got a coffee machine in the building, but
there will be coffee there, guys.
there'll probably be some coffee there. But we are bringing another food option to West Dayton here soon, and we're only months away from that.
That's amazing.
So everybody, especially Tiffany, Anita, and Big, who is Antoine Cunningham, Kiara Wine.
Yes.
All of them are still watching the show after all this time, and they all responded just showing love. So
I love it.
Man, thank y'all for checking in. We got like a nice little amount of viewers watching too. So let me see how nervous y'all about to get.
I'm not nervous.
So like you spoke about Shero, right? So like, kind of tell the viewers the basis behind Shero, and why is there like a specific need for us to highlight those individuals?
So we started Shero in 2017, and it really was meant to be like an hour of power once a month in the coffee house. You come in and you have this dynamic go-go speech, and then you go back off to work and you have a great day, right? Mm-hmm. So we started the Shero program, and I asked 6 women who I looked up to. So our first Sheros was Dr. Karen Townsend, Dr. Crystal Phillips, Reverend Maria Long, Reverend Dion Dotson, Joelle Jones, and Sierra Leone. Like, all of the women that were included are unquestioned goats. Like, they are powerhouses in our city. And even today, they're doing wonderful things. Like, each one of those women are doing wonderful things. So that was our first season of Shero, and it really just set the stage. So when we did that first season, they're all seasoned women. Like, Sierra was already a TED Talk speaker. She's a poet laureate for the state of Ohio. You know, every one of them were polished speakers. Joelle Jones entered at Wright State, you know, before he won his election. So every one of the women that were a part of it were dynamic. And the second season, they weren't exactly picked. Well, no. They weren't. I'm saying they weren't picked by me personally. Okay. So we started having a brunch, and the crowd picked who the Sheros were going to be. And another phenomenal season. But as we were moving forward, we knew that we wanted to do something that was going to do our Sheros more justice and give them an opportunity that if they weren't coming into the program as dynamic speakers, or if they didn't have that experience, we gave it to them. So Dr. Crystal Phillip developed a program called Soulfully Speaking, and she takes the sheroes through a whole workshop, a whole series on how to become a great speaker and how to find their voice. So she gives them exercises where they dive deep into their own personal stories, and then they craft these stories that they bring to you at the Shiro speaking event.
That's amazing.
It really is. It really is, because I've learned, like, I can't tell you that there's been one Shiro that I didn't know, right? But every time we have one of these programs, I learned something about every one of them. Even the women that I've known like all my life, they're having these stories, and I'm like, wait a minute, what happened to you? What? You know, and they're sharing these things, and they're being so transparent about it. So the Shiro program is important because our stories matter. So, yeah.
For sure. So, what about the to finally be recognized? Well, not finally, of course, but to be recognized for the Empower.
Oh, that was cool. That was cool. So
Now,
one of
in
my
head,
coffee.
like, is that kind of a similar kind of thing? Is it a Pepsi and Coca-Cola kind of thing, or like how do you view it?
No. It's not Pepsi. So when the Shiro program, it is a speaker series. It is our version of a TED Talk situation.
Okay.
So the women in the Shiro program get an opportunity to have a whole event that's crafted for them. So we have 6 different events over our Shiro season, and those women are preparing speeches. The Empower Her event, shout out to my baby Nye. Nye put that program together to honor. So Shiro is a storytelling series where Empower Her is to honor women in the community that have been deemed as someone who's doing something pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, walk us through that experience. I mean, like, the last time, like, you've done it, like, what was the experience like?
So, first of all, it's always awkward for me to receive an award or an honor, because I feel like I'm still in the middle of becoming what I'm gonna be, right? I feel like I'm still in many ways. There's so many things that I want to do as an entrepreneur, as a Daytonian. Just there's a lot that I have on my plate. So, to receive an honor and to have people look at you like you really did something, or you've made a contribution to the community, is humbling, because I'm still doing the work. So I feel like, oh my, like I'm not worthy. But at the same time, I'm totally honored and esteemed that anyone believes that I deserve such a tribute. So it was a beautiful afternoon. They hosted the event at the main library, right across the street from your favorite little coffee house. And it was beautifully decorated. It's not, I love flowers, love fresh flowers. So the only thing that was missing was food, not Asia.
There you go.
Well, because she got up on stage and she said, I know you guys thought we were going to have food. She was like, tricked you or something. She said something like that. I was like,
Should have called Taco Street.
Should have called Taco Street. Got the Taco Street.
Taco Street, my bros, they came
hell,
through.
I could have brought chicken salad from across the
Right.
I'm like,
Man, speaking of the chicken salad, like, bro, can we go down there and actually get food? I'm like, bro, maybe this ain't the time. I'm like, as an entrepreneur, do you eat?
oh my gosh,
She was talking about
hungry.
Man, like
eat.
Always hungry.
Man, like, I literally just go whole days without eating. I fast
That
on
is not-
accident
Yeah,
every
fast
day.
on accident.
Oh my, that intermittent fasting, that's never on my list of things to do for the day.
Man.
Although it usually is a thing that I do for the day.
Just with no time.
No, I mean, but that's the other part that is important for us. Like, even when we talk about like the broken entrepreneur, because I'm going back. So even as you're talking about the broken entrepreneur, it's important for us to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves, because I see so many people who own businesses and they're like, chest pains and high blood pressure and I'm diabetic. And it's like, because we're not taking care of ourselves. Like, we're taking care of everybody else, trying to care for the business and doing so little for ourselves. And we cannot operate that way.
Yes, we are taking call-ins. You can call, as a matter of fact, you can call 937-991-0025. I'm going to put the number right here in a comment.
So, things you had to do in pivoting in business, such as the catering.
Ooh.
Oh.
So catering has always been a part of our mainstay. Shout out to Joshua Knowles, his mom, one of my BFFs. Ida Knowles. Ida Knowles gave me my first huge catering order. We opened in June in 2015.
Speaking of June.
We about to
Speaking
bring
of
you on.
June.
Give me
And
1 second. But
in
turn your
August,
phone down or
she
TV
gave
down.
me an order for 200 box lunches.
Wow.
Oh.
200
Off the
box
drip.
lunches.
Off the drill. That's
Right.
hard. That's love.
When you were making them, when you were, let me say one thing about being an entrepreneur, okay? You pray for orders, okay? And then when you get them and you're making them, the first thing that comes through your mind is like, damn, I should have charged him more for this. Because the hard work you got to do to fill these orders.
Oh my God.
You're like,
a little bit of that.
So
200, 100, yeah.
but wait a minute. I ordered so much food for that first order. It was crazy. I had food for ever.
Hold on.
It's like,
Here, sis, you got a call. Wait a minute. Here we go. All right. What's your name? Where you calling from?
All right.
Hey, this is India Monet Faison.
hey, India.
How are you
Hey,
today?
you know I had to call in Miss Juanita. Peanut,
girl.
Nutty Nut doing his thing. Always proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
T-shirt King.
Yes.
The original delivery king, okay?
Yeah, that's all.
There
I
you
just
go.
wanted to call in and say every day I watch y'all, it's inspiration.
Oh, wow.
Every time I see y'all, it's inspiration. I'm going to get on this podcast because I done fell down. We're going to get back up.
Mm.
But let me tell you something. Third Perk is the best coffee shop, and I love to see her expanding.
Thank you.
So
Wow.
let while we got you on the phone, what's one thing that you admire about Shelly Shell?
One thing that I admire about you all is that you all didn't let life stop you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You didn't let life stop you. You didn't go under the bridge because you didn't make it right away.
And let's say that Juanita was coming to you in a moment where she was feeling just tired of stuff, man, and she was thinking about throwing in the towel. What would you tell her?
Don't do it. Get up.
Oh.
But I tell everybody, get up. You got to keep standing. But it's something that you got to learn to live on by yourself, you know? It's something that I got to practice. I preach it. I push people, but I left myself behind.
What do you think we would be missing if she went away?
Ooh.
Oh, my goodness. The idea that black women, we do love coffee and flowers.
Oh.
We are still soft. We are still submissive. We do still need our children still. We love order. We like nice things. And it's not about a Gucci bag. It's not about a fake we don't need our men. That's they purping. That's why they're making crying songs. Okay?
We do need y'all.
Miss Juanita ain't going nowhere, and I'll be a third person on Saturday morning just to I'm a
Well, that's
I ain't seen Peanut since high school.
you ain't seen Peanut since high school?
Since high school.
Wow. What type of person was Peanut in high school? And give us the.
And Sharifa got married.
All right. Okay. So Peanut likes to walk around here and brag about how good of a rapper he was when he was in high school.
P-Dash.
Did you hear Peanut perform? He actually made a song talking about the proficiency test. P. Was that what it was?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Not even had bars. Don't
Did he?
If he did have bars back then, he do now. I dare not step on.
Oh,
Oh,
he
wow.
got a gang of bars right now. It ain't even got to come in a rap form, man. Bro is the most clever person ever. It's
He
just
is
nonstop flow. Unbelievable.
Oh, appreciate you.
But nah,
Well, I'm
no.
trying to figure out how we gonna get more viewers when we talking about positive stuff. Because we were talking about KYDs. It'll be 125 people on here. I'm trying to figure out how to get my community back up and popping. I want to come do a podcast.
Well, let me tell you this.
KYD is the most interesting man in the planet.
Well, one thing
Where'd you learn this from?
KYD. Or is it
and
KYD?
this I'm not saying this in order to slight KYD in any
That's our
way,
brother.
because KYD knows what to do in order to gain the attention that he's looking for his club. He's the best promoter, like,
By far.
that's rocking right now,
By far.
and I'll give him credit for that. But hold on, let me say this though. Let me say this: the people that are coming to KYD right now, they may or may not be interested in wise things or whatever it might be that we talking about right now. But there is a saying that the gates of hell is going to be wide and the gates of heaven is going to be narrow. So expect to see a narrow viewpoint when we're talking about things that is going to get you on the right track, because people ain't really interested in good stories. Like, you want to watch to see a train crash, you know what I'm saying? But when everybody is driving down the street perfectly, nobody stops. So just know that, good don't get as much attention as bad, but it's okay. The people that's watching are going to be the people that's going to come through and say today. It only take one or two to help you make it through. Oh, no. Her this viewership is doing better than
A lot of some of the content that we do.
all of the stuff me and Peanut do by ourselves.
For sure.
Oh.
Don't let me him arguing. Then they
Hands
all
up,
in here.
y'all. Keep sitting at y'all table. Legendary.
Yeah, we want you to come on and drop some game.
For sure.
We got
For
you.
sure.
And check your DMs.
All
I
right,
think
love
I
you,
asked for
Miss
a phone number
Juanita.
in the
Y'all
DM.
shop third perk. All
Yeah.
right.
All
Thank
right,
you,
cool.
India. I love you. I'm such a love bum.
Later.
So let's go real quick. Ahava, you actually was interviewed on the Broken Entrepreneur.
Mhm.
Talk about your experience on the podcast.
Man, I love that experience. It was real cool. Everything about it was perfect.
Mhm.
And man, Juanita was asking all of the right questions. And it's just a different perspective. Like, the concept, it gets us away from being able to have to be perfect and Mr. Big Shot all the time, and gives you an opportunity to be vulnerable, because man, we don't get a chance to vent as business owners.
Right.
Man, people think we got it made in the shade. Everybody say, man, I wish I had my own business, but man, it's always unstable.
Right.
Every
and they
time-
don't understand that you have to clean a toilet.
Yeah,
like,
man.
you own a business.
Right.
You may have to clean that toilet.
You do.
And that's not Instagram. That's not Instagrammable.
And-
Pictures that you don't see. Nobody entering you cleaning the toilets or wiping the baseboards down. But those are necessary things to do.
Man, I wake up I wake up paying money, and I go to sleep paying money to everybody. And you riding for not only yourself, but you riding for everybody that's working with you and working for you and stuff. And so I like the fact that she's figured it out to give business owners an opportunity to tell people about not necessarily the downside of a business, but just all that goes into it. Like, everything ain't good. You know what I'm saying? It's just like everything else in life. It's ups and downs, and it's a lot of downs. And I just like the fact that she bring you on and give you a chance to talk about that and let you know that there's nothing wrong with that, because she's a good person. She goes through these things too. And it's not anything that you necessarily doing wrong. It's just the flow of business, which you got slow times, you got fast times.
Yep.
And gives us a chance to talk about.
Yeah.
And she do a great job interviewing. you know?
Well, the other piece of it is a lot of people, like, they talk about how a lot of first time businesses, they are open and closed within 6 months. Open and closed within a year. But what if these people understood that you do have challenges? And that's one of the
Right.
important things about this podcast is that we get to point out some things that are not right so that you don't feel like you're doing that by yourself. So that's truly important because you then believe that maybe if I just keep on going a little bit longer, then it'll work out. Like it's a 3 feet rule or a 3-inch rule or a 3-mile rule.
The 3 feet from gold.
Yes,
Yeah.
where people, you're moving towards your goal and you give up, not realizing that you're just right where you're supposed to
Right.
be.
And-
And
Well, and something else that we talked about earlier, I heard Peanut mention, and I thought that it could have been worded a little bit different. He was like, well, you talked about some of your failures. Like failure is, I don't even know if failure really exists when it comes to the world of business, right? Because when you try something and you decide you don't want to do it no more, you thought it was a failure because I said I'm cool, but that wasn't no failure to me. That was a success that I said, stop. Like people be like, don't quit. Like sis on the, on the phone. Man, let me tell you something. Quitting is okay a lot of the time.
a lot.
It just
of the
depends on
time.
what you're doing. If I'm going in the wrong direction, for me to quit was a good boss move.
For sure.
Stop. Stop that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that unless you really wanted to keep it going and it just all the way fizzled out on you, I don't know if you can consider something a failure that you decide to stop doing because it's the best thing to actually do for you.
Well, the other piece of it is small businesses are run by usually one person.
Yeah.
Right.
And when you get tired, you got the right to stop.
Yes, you do.
It was so, like, you were a part of the official Network and Chill last week. And you were talking about how, you've gotten to a point where you've earned over $2 million in revenue.
Mm-hmm.
And I started thinking about the coffee house. And I think the coffee house has earned, within those 8 years, we've earned about $1 million in revenue.
Yeah.
And that's coffee, y'all. But do you bring most of that money home? Absolutely
No.
not.
Right.
Absolutely not. The goal for us, and it's always been the same thing. Third Perk downtown is real good with 125 people coming through the door over that span of time where we're open from 7:30 to 5 and spending about $7 a person. Like, that keeps us in business without me going in my pocket. That's not a whole lot of money.
Right.
And really, over the course of a span of a day, that's not a lot of people either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's never been so much where we needed people crawling on the floor, all over the walls and stuff. We just need a steady flow.
Yeah.
And, now Dayton has so much good coffee. Like, I can't even argue that we don't have a lot of good coffee because we have a lot of good coffee in the city of Dayton. The problem is Dayton has less than 200,000 people in the city. So when you take 200,000 people and you split that into the people who are drinking coffee on their way to work or just drinking coffee that they're paying for on a daily basis, period, most of that number is going to go to a McDonald's, like a fast food kind of joint, or gas station coffee drinkers. You deserve better.
Yeah. Stop doing that.
You deserve better than gas station coffee. It has to taste like octane somehow. That's why they give you all that sweet stuff to put in it, because it don't taste good.
Man.
Just, it is what it is. But so the big number is going to be, again, the McDonald's, fast food, gas station drinkers. That's the biggest chunk of coffee drinkers drinking on their way to work. The next section is going to be the Dunkin' Donuts, the Starbucks. Because those are your big powerhouses. They're going to get a big chunk of those people. And then that little number of people who are drinking specialty coffee and are devoted to drinking specialty coffee, you have to split that number between like 17 spaces in downtown. And we just don't have the numbers to make that fly for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So do we have good coffee? Yes, we have good coffee. We just don't have the metropolitan space. We don't have the density to make all of those coffee houses just to thrive.
Yeah.
And then in downtown Dayton, you bring in the powerhouse. I'm not going to talk about that much. But when you have the powerhouse, it's very similar to a Walmart. What the Walmarts do to small cities when they come in, they kill small businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't compete. You cannot compete with a 50-cent, whatever it is that Walmart is selling you, that I'm gonna sell for you for $2. I can't buy it for 50 cents.
Right.
10 cents, whatever it is. I cannot do that. So I can't compete like they do.
Damn, it's almost like they need to
Outlaw.
Could you have like some type of regulation against?
Well, you have a lot of small cities that won't let the Walmarts come in.
Yeah.
They won't let them come into their
petition
city.
against it and
Yes.
go City Hall and turn up and all
Yes, they refuse to let them come in. But that's what you have to do if you care about your small business, if you care about your neighbors.
Right.
Because it's your neighbors who you're putting out of business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's like you need businesses to pay taxes to a city in order for the city to run.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And if you let one business come in, it's gonna disrupt that flow.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, they stay.
Because the corporate people, they usually come in and they've cut things up so well where a lot of times they've abated taxes for maybe 5 or 10 years just because they're there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they come in with so many special allowances because they're there. So I don't know if the municipalities really win with them even being there as far as on the tax side.
Small businesses also need to support small businesses. That's Don Martin.
Sure.
Of course, Don Martin.
Sure.
Of course. So one thing that so next week is a huge week for us. So number one, we're going back to our Saturdays because the weather is nice. So we're bringing Saturdays back to Third Perk. But we're also doing some special things for small businesses next Saturday. When we were in our original 5th Street space, we did pop-ups all the time. Mm-hmm. So we're going to start featuring small businesses, entrepreneurs, people who have product to sell without a storefront. We're going to start featuring people on Saturdays again, having them come in and feature their products on Saturday.
That's not the only thing coming about changing at the legendary Third Perk. Let's
Oh
talk
my
about the
God.
sweetest corner.
The sweetest corner in downtown Dayton because I'm the same.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Unequivocally.
I am sweet.
That's what it really means, back on it. Got us on the pin of our knee, we sit on the edge of our seat. We're gonna make the
Isn't that just about me? Okay.
98% of it is about you. Let's talk about the 2%.
So the 2% is
Not milk.
so coming not 2% milk. We like whole milk. It makes your lattes better. Okay. Over the summer, we're going to add donuts. So we're going to do mini donuts. And with our mini donuts, we'll be able to do some really cool, funky things with our mini donuts. And we'll be making them in-house. And
So no super donuts for the hood people.
no super donuts for the hood people. I wonder if we can make a super donut flavor kind of thing. Because super donuts really don't taste like super donuts anymore.
I agree.
You guys just kind of fake yourself into believing that you have the same thing.
It's like the nostalgia of just.
It's not the same.
All right.
It's not the same.
So she's working on a formula.
So we're gonna do mini donuts. So now you'll have donuts, warm donuts. We love. Don't you love warm donuts? Oh my God.
What?
Warm donuts. We'll have coffee. We're kind of frozen over there.
You got way out there.
Warm donuts, coffee. Oh my goodness, on the way to work.
Oh God.
Oh, that sounds so good.
It
So
does.
we'll have donuts, but one of the things that's gonna really just tickle me purple is the fact that we're also adding ice cream.
Oh my God.
Who doesn't like ice
Who
cream?
doesn't? Who doesn't?
Oh my gosh.
So what?
I'm so excited about that. I really love ice cream.
So will people just better buy ice cream or buy one of the items, or when they all be always in some type of conjunction mixed together?
So, okay, so how cool would it be if we had like a sugarfoot flavored ice cream?
Mmm.
For those of you who don't know, latte is the Sugarfoot latte is named after none other than the legendary Sugarfoot from the Ohio Players.
Sure.
Okay, but our Sugarfoot latte has dark chocolate and caramel,
Mm.
and it is a latte, so of course it has your espresso in it. So our Sugarfoot ice cream will have some espresso. It will have dark chocolate chunks, and it will have some caramel pieces.
Wow.
Yes. Look, you're welcome, Dayton. You're welcome. And so one of the things that I'm looking forward to doing is putting all of that together. So what if you had this nice little donut, and then you put all of this ice cream on top, and then you just...
I love my mouth and just salivate. I'm about like a Saint Bernard up here. You keep talking about it like that.
And then you can like put some nuts on top, and then whipped cream, because I got the whipped cream action down. And then a cherry on top.
I love all three coffees, donuts, and ice. There we go. Look,
Yes.
you got your first customer already, right?
Thank you.
So
Thank
let's talk
you.
about May 7 o'clock film at Valley Comedy Club. What viewers, the patrons expect for that event?
Oh my goodness. So, okay. So first of all, it's a party. Okay. So
It is a party.
I'm running out of reasons to have parties, y'all.
Right. Podcast out, let's party.
I'm running out of reasons to have parties. I don't get another baby shower, okay? There will be no wedding showers.
No,
Okay? None of that. Okay? None of that.
Okay.
But I'm having this podcast party because number one, like I said before, it was a little challenge to get it together, like to get it started. So we tried, I think 3 weeks in a row. Like when we finally got to the point where we were ready to shoot, we started 1 week and the mics didn't work. And then we tried another week.
We had a different photographer, and then we never forgot the mic.
I did just get
Did come out.
it did.
Okay.
It came out really nice.
Salute to Ace. I give him a shout out now. Salute to Ace.
Salute to Ace. So, but we had all these things going on, so it took us about 3 weeks to really get a episode. And
Wait, we had 10 episodes in, right?
no, I think we have. I don't know. I thought
If you add that one, that's 10.
Are you sure? Maybe we do.
Keep going.
Why are you doing this to me?
So all the complications we were having, like we have issues with that, issues with mics, issues with
But then we
timing.
put something together, and when I was able to see like one of the episodes, shout out to Joe Cooley Love
Shout
on
out to
her
Joe.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Joe.
On her birthday.
Birthday, Crystal.
Yes, she is. So she showed me the first episode, and I was just like so excited because the sound was great, the set looks great, and
she
the
definitely brought that off.
flow is nice. So I had a whole season full of wonderful guests, and we had some really rich conversations. So I'm excited about that. So on next Wednesday, we've got a panel that we're going to do live at Wiley's Comedy Club. So who is gracing my stage? None other than my friend Winona Chanel.
Oh, I love her.
Yes.
I love her.
I have Don Turner. I have Sean Walton Sr.
My bro.
And I have Mac.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So we will all be on the stage together at Wiley's Comedy Club. But even before that, we will have we've got a little comedy going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got a little comedy. And then those who made the podcast happen is gonna have a little segment. And then we're gonna have some dancing.
It's the no way.
Because we've got let's see, we got Lady Bounce. She's DJing for us that evening. Tiffany Countryman is our
I love her. Like I interviewed her and I was like, I feel like I just met you, but I know you my whole life.
yes,
like, she is amazing.
yes, she is absolutely amazing.
Mhm.
Tiffany is gonna actually bring back an open mic to the coffee house next Friday.
Wow.
Cinco de Mayo, whatever.
Wow.
Cinco de Mayo.
I'm there.
She is going to bring back a open mic
Mhm.
to Third Perk next Friday. And so we're excited about that. So we've got her in the place. Bob Johnson is going to be doing comedy because Bob Johnson is hands down one of the coffee house's biggest fans.
Mhm.
And he just started his comedy career, and we wanted to support him, and he's supporting as he has supported us over the years. And we gonna have fun.
For sure.
We gonna have fun. We've got a soul food buffet that will be available, and we've got 3 levels of tickets, so everybody can come. Everybody can come.
Right. We got one for every budget. Okay.
Yes. And the tickets are still available on Eventbrite.
We'll post it inside the comment section.
Yes.
For sure.
So I really hope that you guys come out. The ticket sales will cut off on this Friday. If you, because I love you guys so much, if you go on tonight or by the end of this day, if you guys would like to buy a ticket, you can use the code discount Family First, and you will get a discount on your ticket.
That's love.
That is
That's
love. Oh
love.
my gosh, I told you I am one of the sweetest people. It's not a hype. It is really a thing. And if I've ever said anything to you that was offensive, I'm sorry.
Oh, and she really means it, guys. She really means it.
I'm like a Sour Patch Kid. It's like you like, oh, that's the good part.
Well, here on the Legendary People podcast, there's a thing called the butterfly.
Oh my goodness, wait a minute. Oh my gosh. Hi, Special K. That's one of my military buddies. Yes. I love Special K. I wish you could come to Dayton and be a part of it. Round up the crew and come to Dayton to this podcast.
For sure. For sure.
We used to have so much fun in Columbus.
Give us one of the good stories. Yeah, just one. Yep, that story right there. I've done this interview thing. Is that story right there? Is that one?
No.
Is that one?
No.
Okay.
So those people who know me, if you know me, you know, I'm just one of those people. I'm going to do these things, and then I'm not going to do those things. I don't.
Okay.
And that really doesn't work well for the Army. So I'd be like, no, I'm not doing that. And it's like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
So this was super duper funny. So.
Because I got a similar story what she did to me before, but it's all good. I joke, I kid.
So the military issues immunizations. I don't.
Right.
I don't. So really, I don't do shots for a couple reasons, but I don't like shots. So, like a lot of people in my area, if they knew that we were getting shots, they'd be waiting for me to come in because they'd be like,
Yeah.
"Watch her," and I'd be like, "I'll come in like." And then they're like, and we're gonna get flu shots today. And I was like, oh no, I'm not doing that. Like, I am not doing that. And then they would always go find somebody who was gonna intimidate me into having the shot.
Okay.
So this one lieutenant came over and he's like, Darden, you gotta get this shot. I said, well, you should go do what's next. And that's how he looked. He said,
What do you mean?
I said, you should go do what's next. And he said, what does that mean? You should do what's next after I tell you what I'm not going to do. Go do what's next. Like whatever it is.
So
Whether you got to go tell on somebody, you got to go get you some papers, whatever it is,
you go ahead and get started.
go do what's next. Because I'm not doing this with you.
I need that.
But you're going to go do what's next.
By the way, put it in my back pocket. I need that.
Because bottom line is, I'm not doing that shot today. I'm not doing the shot, okay? I'm not doing it.
Right.
I would hate for my kids to see me get a shot. Because they be like, Mommy.
Like you're like a whole baby.
No, you didn't act like that. I was like, I go in there like hard darting. I can't go have a whole meltdown. It would mess up my whole everything. So I just didn't do it. Because I didn't want to see them see me so vulnerable.
So special case, then you...
No, she didn't. Because I didn't get them. I just told you. We're going to go do what's next.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Yeah.
So get Rosalind Hogan and let's go. Because I would love to see your beautiful faces. We used to have a lot of fun. So.
Sounds like it, for
Yes.
sure. So here on the Legendary People podcast, there's a thing called the butterfly effect. Either something you said in the course of the interview or something I found in the course I truly found and made. Just reversing back when I first met you. I was sitting on that side of the table. A lot of things have changed since then. We've become like the best of friends. Like I want to say like you literally are like truly like a mentor to me. Like there are certain things that I navigate and I could bump my nose against you like watch that, right? But to see what you've done outside of like the first interview I've done with you, to see you actually walking in that, I've seen you literally, open your doors for me like you've done for so many others. And I find it so ironic. You said like you don't like taking a shot, but you're the one giving the shots. But seriously,
I will throw.
You and Ahava, right? Y'all two, I mean, like, you call me architect of love, but I see y'all literally had the most extraordinary cast of support and friends around y'all, and I've seen that be the nucleus for how I built my next move was I'm only around the greatest people. I'm only getting the greatest results because of it. And literally I built it based off what I seen y'all two do. And then like the second thing I've seen y'all do was always pivot in business. And when y'all did it, it was always still in line with your goals and your values. And then, I mean, just going back to the whole strategic planning workshop, when I got a chance to go there and you got a chance to dissect everything I had going on and kind of show me like, well, you need to just implement these things right there were just life changing.
Awesome.
So I know I tell you this all the time, like my favorite people in the whole wide world, like for sure. But it's like I literally just I'm never blown away when you talk about your next endeavor. I always know it's gonna work out.
Oh my God!
You carry yourself with that next thing, next man up, next thing up mentality. It's like
next man up. That's right.
Not next man up like that. You know what I mean? Like the next thing is gonna happen is going to happen. You know what I mean? It's like, and I think Alibaba moving the same way. Where no, I'm not saying like it's.
But where did y'all meet at?
I was sitting right there.
Right here.
She was sitting right here.
I know that. I was just trying to
man, look, he had to just come get his. Man. And look,
I brought together two great people, man, and you guys are working together forever, man. That's so cool.
No, but the three of us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're a
For sure.
tribe.
Yeah.
We are a tribe.
See my rival me. Yes, man.
I done picked up some locks myself.
And you was going out the room when I gave you flowers. I was talking great about you as well. So good.
I got this whole place bugged. I heard everything you said.
I should have known. Nah, but seriously, like both of y'all are truly my mentors, and I really truly appreciate both of y'all.
Oh no.
Even when you take points away from me, man, listen, it literally set me up to where I never had a problem with like speaking out loud or nothing like that. But now when I'm like having to go speak to like, for instance, like City Hall, I was nervous, but I knew I wasn't gonna mess up. Because I would have found that footage and took points away from me.
Right. We don't
Right.
slip.
We would have watched it on YouTube just because we know you were there. Was my cousin at the city commission meeting today?
Probably was, but left because, man, it was a big debacle down there. I mean, literally.
No, he thrives in that. So I have a cousin. So Willie Feaster is like notorious at City Hall because he will go to City Hall and he will rip everybody's ass apart.
Oh, wow.
And they let him. It's like, why don't you guys put him
I
out?
saw somebody get put out today.
Oh,
Do y'all remember
somebody-
Larry that used to go down there?
Larry? Who?
He got beat by the police real bad and used to
I
go
do.
to City Hall meetings. He used
I
to
do
fix my
remember
car.
that. He
He
was
used to be over. He used to be
running.
in Westwood on Dandridge.
He was running for
Yeah,
governor.
He was. He was.
I do remember that.
Man, Larry used to be down there going hammer.
I remember that.
Big
I remember
hammer
that.
time.
They beat him bad.
Yeah.
That was like in the early 90s maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all feel like that is an effective way of being at a meeting? Just talking over them, saying little slick comments, stuff like that. Like, do you think it's really effective, or do you really don't think about turning a person up there that's already probably is incentivized not to listen to you to really not listen to you at that point?
I mean, you
I think
need
it
to.
depends.
I think that, yeah, sometimes, man, like people will only listen to you if you're coming at them. It depends on the person that you're talking to. Because sometimes they can be dismissive of something that you think that's important, and you'll go down there with the best intentions, but then they dismiss you after them, and then you like, we'll hug their approach.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And even though you like might be coming off like a jerk,
Like heckling them.
I don't know if it's heckling them, man. Like people that are put in office to make decisions for the masses sometimes start rooting themselves in self-interest or what they feel like is best for people that might be giving a money they campaign money or whatever. So people get frustrated by that stuff, man, you know? And so
And
for them
people
to
want to be heard. Like people want to feel like, especially when they go to those public forums, they want to feel like their voice is important because we live in a democracy. So we're not ignored, especially go to our leaders and we have a valid concern. If I park my car in downtown Dayton and navigate myself up to the commission chamber, I want to be taken seriously because it's not just a minute thing. You have to go, you have to sign up, you have to do all of these formalities. So you like to think that if you're going to do that for those 2 minutes, that you have enough respect to give me your ear and not to dismiss me. And in the part for I feel like a lot of times our commissioners have complaints and gripes that really are outside of their scope. Like, I think people don't really understand what their roles are or what they're really supposed to do. Because they're like, we don't have a grocery store. Well, that's not really a part of their wheelhouse. They're not supposed to give you a grocery store. They might be able to do some things in economic development that makes it easy for someone to come in and operate a grocery store. But their main focus is to make sure that we got police, fire, that the streets are taken care of, that our utility lines don't fall down. Like, their things are like, that's one of their biggest things, safety. And a lot of things that people are asking for, it's like, that's not what they do.
right.
And they missed the whole point of us getting together as a community and making it happen ourselves. We forget all about that part. We forget about the fact that we have powers and numbers, and if we were to enact ourselves and move together, then we make things happen. And so we have been so diligent at taking money out of the city of Dayton. Point that we don't even have a big store. We don't have a big box in Dayton, Ohio. A city this size should have at least one big box. We almost don't even have a Kroger's in the city of Dayton. We have Wayne Avenue Kroger's. I dare you to name another Kroger in the city of Dayton.
Ratchet Kroger's.
Is that not in Harrison Township? Isn't it kind of, where is it?
I think that might be Harrison.
What? Right, because, yeah.
I think
Name
it might
another
be
one.
Harrison.
I dare you. Waiting.
Man,
Shout out to the Gym City Market.
yeah.
Nope.
Hey, something out. So, is it possible for a person to go down to City Hall and make such a compelling argument that they do change a policy, or the vote go? Can a person swing the vote by something that they passionate about?
Well, I think it depends on what it is. What it is.
Well, let's take the thing that Peanut was going down there talking about today. There's certain grants that are available, but they're saying that they're going to cut these grants. Is that essentially what it is, P?
They were like they handle it more. They're going to move it to a entity that's not even in the best interest of Black people at all. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful, but the Human Relations Council was made to offset the destruction of being disenfranchised. So instead of you having that being the hub for it, you're saying, no, I'd rather give it away to another entity that's not even their goal or intention.
So let's say something like that is up for vote and the city has decided to vote against it.
It was 2-3.
Is it possible for somebody to go down, a citizen, and just make such a compelling argument that the votes
I think yes, because when you show up in numbers, they're politicians and they're voted in by the people, and that's why it's so important for us to vote. That's why it's so important for us to vote. That's why it's so important for us to vote. So
Thursday.
exactly, and it's more important for us to vote for local offices versus our national offices. Because we really like our elections must happen or not happen.
Yes.
My only thing with the issue about the what is it, the AAA certification, my only issue with that is the organization that is, because I don't know enough about it, so it's hard to speak when you don't know enough about it, but I know that the arm of the Chamber of Commerce that Belinda Stinson carries is a space was built for businesses and minority businesses to thrive where their presence hasn't been. And you can be a part of that without being a part of the Chamber of Commerce. And I don't know if you knew that, but you can be a part of that minority business enterprise without being a member of the chamber. So if they're going to put that under one house, it may be some benefits to it. I don't know, because I don't know all the background. I think it's more important for the services to be there, period.
Right.
Now, if the services stay at Relation Council, so treated well, it may as well disappear if it's not going to be treated well, and if it's not going to be highlighted or a true road for people to travel. But if they put it over in this other house and they really ramp it up and they do some things to make it more available and they educate people, I like to think that that's what's going to happen, and that it's just not smoke and mirrors and then poof, it's gone. Yeah. So I don't know.
I mean, I just worry that, like for instance, I look into it wasn't a date chamber, so I won't. For a lot of I'm got to be actual members of, and the other one, it was completely free. You could walk in there on your lunch break and then go in there and get some help for your small business.
Right.
So that's one thing that I worry about, and then like a lot of things are politically driven, and that's what I worry about.
Well, for anybody that's dependent on the city or any of these other grant programs, I'm saying depending, okay? The word is depending. If you are depending on that, you haven't looked deep enough by yourself to understand that you got it. Do it. Those grants and stuff like that can definitely help you, but they can't stop you if you don't get them. Right. So no matter what, if they take them away, don't let that discourage you from going out and still trying whatever your idea is, because you can make it on your own. Those other things are only there to like accelerate what you're already doing for yourself. So keep getting busy no matter what.
Sure.
Okay, speaking of accelerating for yourself. So, when we opened the Fairfield Commons Mall, we bought a tiny machine. Okay?
Yeah.
So, the Fairfield Mall location will have donuts probably in September. So what we're gonna do, the machine that we actually bought for Fairfield Commons, we're gonna use it at festivals this summer.
Yeah.
And everybody knows that's really not my thing. I'm like, I can't believe that I'm setting myself up to work really, really hard.
You're the festive person to not be so festive.
So that's why I'm like eight events, and I really just pray. Make it through.
Hit your mic, P.
So, but yeah, we are because we need to get a self-contained machine for the Fairfield Commons Mall. So we're gonna use the machine that we have because it's paid for. We got all the supplies, and we're gonna go out again. We're gonna work 8 festivals, 8 huge events, and we're gonna earn the monies to purchase that machine that we really need at Fairfield Commons.
There we go.
And that is going to be the difference between us being a cost that does well and putting us over the dollar mark for revenue at Fairfield Commons. So
Yeah.
when y'all see me sweating in the summer and you know I'm not dancing because I'm
I can
tired.
see you now.
I need y'all to buy them donuts.
All the
Yeah.
donuts.
All the donuts.
All the donuts.
In fact,
When you make money, don't they be like, man, somebody got to get up and make the donut?
Yep.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Remember, it's time to make donuts.
Time to make the donut. That's money. That's money. You literally are going to be making money.
Yes.
In more ways than one.
Hello, Bishop Chris Davis. I hope I'm going to see you at the podcast on next Wednesday. I'd love to see you and Lynn. I miss you guys.
How can we get tickets to the event?
Oh, too easy. So, all you have to do is go to Eventbrite and search for the Broken Entrepreneur. But I think,
Easier to type in JM.
oh, this will work.
Wait.
What he said.
What is it, P?
Go to the Eventbrite, go to the search, type in, was it JM?
JM Enterprise.
JM Enterprise. Way easier to find it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Yes.
And
And
I-
make sure you hit that follow button so you can stay.
Oh my god.
Yep. I followed the event.
I let you touch my hand.
Hey. I'll
That's a joke. That was a joke.
And
That's the roughest hands in America.
I'm like, I'm touching your hand. She's like, oh no, you never would. And she like, yeah, high five.
No, and then I was like, oh, I got the roughest hands in America.
when I came for my podcast down at Third Perk, there was a guy that came in and to clean up. I thought I was gonna get into a fight with him that day.
Bruh, us.
He know was gonna fight.
Wait a minute, who was it? Was that Skip?
Yep.
Was it Skip?
Oh wait. Hey, look, bro.
So now he comes back around.
No. So maybe a day or two afterwards, I'm just scrolling down my Facebook timeline, and I remember us saying like, "Man, never." I see him and see some other like someone else's live video with a big old shiner. Somebody else done got him.
Man.
Guy got him right.
Yeah.
He got a shiner, and dude like, "Man, what's going on, man?" He said his name was Skip. That really was his name. Flip.
It's
Flip.
Flip. It's
And
Flip.
when
It's
we
Flip.
asked him his name, he thought about it for a while. So he must have thought whether he should lie or not and decided to tell us the truth.
That's what. Yeah. See.
And he was
We got
talking
away
about
with
He
was talking
accidentally-
about God and
Yeah.
Oh my.
Then he
man.
told Marmar, he said, "You
Bruh.
look like you're going through a lot right now." I'm like, "Hey man,
Bruh.
back off of her,
Bruh,
man.
yo.
She don't need that."
Yeah, he about to get. He about to get.
I'm like,
dumped
"Hey
out.
man."
He was about to get.
he did say that to her.
But
He's like-
he actually
he's like,
came in and did cool, cleaned up, took care of everything, and then left. So you know,
I'll put something hot in his mug.
bullet,
or I'm
man.
gonna flip you right out of here.
Yeah, you about to get flipped out of here.
I'm gonna flip you right out of here. I think we should give away 2 tickets to the podcast.
I want to do it.
I don't know.
I want to do it.
How do we do it?
You gotta make them call in.
Let's call in.
The 4th caller at
937-991-0025 to go live. 937-991-0025 to go live.
caller number.
2 tickets.
Caller number 4. Okay.
Yes, go.
That was nice.
You're
But
caller
then,
number 1.
What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Broken Entrepreneur Podcast on location. I don't know what this thing is called, but yeah. What's going on?
Am I calling number 4?
No, you
you're
calling
caller number 1.
You're caller number 1, but just for you participating, I am going to give you a free copy of Stolen, the book of all by Elyon, man. Come up to a sign.
Oh my God.
That's for me. As long as I did it for me, so I need a third party.
Yes, sir.
Who is that?
Yep. Who is this? You?
It's India Stacey. Y'all know who it is.
Oh, India. Yep. Come get you a book, India. We lit.
I will.
All right. Cool.
All right.
Call in 937-991-0025 to go live. Call on
Man,
in.
you know what I want to do, sis, though? Honestly, I want to give you some books so you can take down to the coffee house and then just, you can leave a couple of them at your table so people, when they drinking their coffee and they just coming in chilling, they can read the book.
Oh, that's dope.
That'll be real cool.
Heck yeah,
Let's
We
do
got
that.
you.
I went
I
down
love
and did
that.
that for Black Ink Atlanta.
for sure.
Gave them some books so when people waiting for their tattoos in the waiting room, they can read the book.
I seen your video.
The whole title of the thing was, I went down to Tyler Perry, got my book out. So I'm like, I'm waiting on that crowd moment because he is seeing so much. Like, it starts off all like intimate, you know what I'm saying, like at the crib with the people and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, that was hard. So it's all these videos in a row, and in your head, just train your brain and be like, man, he gonna do it. He gonna. That's why they can't call in. Take a point.
Take a point from India for calling.
For Owens. So probably Tyler Perry. Yeah, he gonna wiggle through. And then with that, no way, man.
But you know what?
Do you have an appointment?
Yeah, he said, "Do you have an appointment?" That's the best thing. He said, "You can't come here. You can't come here." But man, one thing that I did want to show was kind of like the ups and downs. Like, man, that's how it is. And then I fully believe that one day, man, I'm gonna make it through that gate or make it through some gate that's just as important. And then we'll be able to show that video and then be like, man, look, bro, this is where we started from, to inspire somebody else that's going to get that no, that rejection.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about, man. It's about like, look, bro, this is what we are going to overcome. I got no doubt in my mind.
We need to play that at the Broken Entrepreneur.
Well,
need to
we
play that.
actually have a similar story from when you were on the podcast when you talked about when you guys were in Miami. Were you
Oh,
guys in
yeah,
Miami?
yeah, Robert Townsend.
Yeah.
Robert Townsend, man, we literally met Robert Townsend. We got put out of the hotel.
Out the hotel.
We got put out of the hotel, and after we did that, we ended up going up to Maverick, coming out of Maverick, and seeing Robert Townsend crossing the street. I'm like, look, man, that was like a real movie. I think that we are living in a simulation, by the way. I'm telling you, man, stuff
Are
works.
in the Matrix.
Stuff works too easy for me, bro.
No. But
So
that's
I was like, you know what? I should run for mayor.
Yeah.
Just saying that today, like, nah.
That would have been standing around you like peanut.
Oh,
The
my
mayor
goodness.
would have been.
But so here's the thing. I have a strategy. I believe that I could be an excellent political campaign manager.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. The team is forming.
Yes.
How you gonna help me?
I mean, I'm your brother. I'm right there. I'm right.
I take a point away.
Right.
That's too direct.
No, I'm just so we like your campaign committee. Yeah, we like all. So you got a campaign manager, but then you probably also got what a PR or something.
You got crisis care, fundraising. Like
Mm.
to run
people I know. I'm like,
to
okay.
run a campaign is no laughing matter, because just for you to win a campaign as a Dayton City Commissioner, you probably should raise about $50,000.
Damn.
I mean, that's significant money.
Yeah.
And because we're talking about local, and like I said, we don't have 200,000 people in the city of Dayton.
Mhm.
And you need to raise that much money to make yourself known, to make people aware, to get. So you're doing yard signs, you're doing billboards, you're doing radio, you're
I
doing
think you
internet,
could do it, P.
you're doing all of that.
I think you could do it.
But here's the thing: when you get the job, Donald Trump, you got to do it.
But no,
Like,
like off the hook.
You know,
And-
that's the thing. It's like, I laugh about I'm gonna run for office, but then after you get the job, you have to do the job. Like, it's not just the fun, and I don't even think the political process is fun. It is doing the job and doing it well. So that means you gotta pay attention. That means you gotta know policy. You gotta read policy. Be able to suggest policy. You know, these are, or however they put it, but these are things that you have to do if you're gonna play that role. So you can't play with it. It's not a game.
Yeah,
And
a big old popularity contest.
it's not.
Really a job.
It's
It's
not.
a job to do.
Yes, and you gotta know what not to say to people. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. It's like, you can't even do that.
Mm.
So I hear people when they're on their run posts, and it's like, you like your promises. No, we all know you can't do that. It's
Right.
outside of your wheelhouse. You know, I want somebody to go into office saying what the job really is entailing. Like, this is
Yeah.
what the job really does, so that people are not having false expectations of you and your power, because it is
That's where you're
limited.
getting that wall with certain individuals, because they're going there all right out bushy tail, not knowing like you can't even do that.
Yes, and that's why people go down to these me thinking that these people can do things that they absolutely cannot. But then there's other things that they should be doing that they're absolutely not doing. So it's like, but what you can do, I really want you to do, or something.
937.
I mean, what can the mayor do though?
What you say?
What can the mayor do?
So
Oh yeah, call and get these tickets, man.
the way that the city of Dayton is structured is that the city of Dayton is ran by a city manager. So it's not ran by, they operate together, but the city manager is the manager of the city of Dayton.
So what can the mayor do?
The mayor is a member of the commission. He has a vote with the city commission. So he is a leader of the commission. But like I said, you know, Dayton has the city commission who hires the city manager. But the city manager runs the city.
So we don't talk about that earlier today. Is that a good way for like checks and balances? I mean, like, is that a good way of having checks and balances where?
I'm gonna say yes and no. Yes and no. Because the city manager
Third
isn't
Party
ran
Podcast.
by the people.
Who is this again?
This is Ace.
Ace. Ace, are
Ace,
you
you're
calling in for
number
the tickets?
2.
Well, hold on, bro. Hang up and call right back. Twice. And
India,
then you can win
India
it.
is still in the running.
India said, I want my tickets. India, you all right now? Hold on now. This is caller number 2. We got 2 more callers. Does the person that calls in win both tickets, or are we giving away to 2 separate people?
I don't know. Do whatever you want to do.
We want to give them away to 2 separate people. So look, if you're bringing somebody, you get one free and then buy one to support the event.
You know what?
Is that cool, bro? Does that sound all right to
perfectly
you?
Okay.
If you agree with that, we just gonna automatically make you a winner right now.
Why not?
We just want all what?
If you agree to get but buy a second ticket for somebody that's coming with you. You win right now.
All right, let's do it.
All right, there
Right.
it is. Okay, cool. So inbox,
Screenshot after you make the purchase. Screenshot that, and then you can send it to me.
and then what we're gonna do is we are gonna put a link to the actual event, so you'll just be able to click the link. Can you add that, P? Hold on, nah, India, you, we got the same deal for
No
you. Just
fair.
call us right back.
No fair.
But bro, Peanut is going to put the link in there real quick. Then just get your ticket and then screenshot it, inbox Juanita, and then we're
All right.
going to actually send you a second ticket.
I got you. I
All right.
appreciate you.
Man, thank you, bro. Thank you for calling, man. Come see us at T-Shirt Kings too, family.
Bye.
It's all
Kings.
love. Definitely.
All right.
How
It's posted right there. The link is in.
long y'all gonna be up? How long y'all gonna be up at T-Shirt King?
Well, we're wrapping up the show right now. We actually closed at 6 o'clock. But come in the morning though.
All right, then. Say less.
All right.
We
Peace,
love
man.
All right.
For sure. Love Ace, man. Y'all in charge.
Dang, man. Only I just hung up 1 second early. Like I like people they finish their word before I hit.
He gonna call you back and cut you out.
Why would don't do that to me? Be a good person. I'm just trying to live my life right and sell these here.
I'm gonna live my life as merchandise.
Sell this merchandise.
I ain't going out like that.
Talk to me.
Man,
There
I've
you
been here the
go.
whole podcast. I love Miss Juanita. It's third perk.
Man, it's going down on your side of town.
I'm
So-
having fun with y'all, man. Miss Juanita got a pop. Wow. The queen right there. I love it. I'm just messing
Give me my
around.
crown.
I'll be there to support. There you go. Turn up. I see you. That's the Miss Juanita I know.
Thank you,
All right,
So
y'all.
hold on, wait a minute, India. Let me ask you something.
What's
How
up?
many people do you think you could bring with you to this event?
How many people can I bring?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I got the ability to bring them out. Ask her. I've thrown events at her space before. I can bring them out.
Bring them out. Bring them
All
out.
right.
bring 'em
Well,
out, bring
hold
'em
on.
out.
Can we put you? Can we take you up on that offer and say you can bring 5 people to the event? Do you think you can bring 5 people to this event to make it lit?
Let me use my voice. I've been under the bridge too long. I'm 37. I'm tired. I'm ready now.
Oh.
Man, we need to do
Okay.
that. We need to make this event go like it's supposed to.
Sure.
You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
do
So
it.
look, Peanut put the link in the chat. And then man, make it a date night. Make it an event where you and your friends go out and kick it. It's happening on a Wednesday. Ain't nothing going on Wednesday except for this event.
That's the only thing that's gonna matter. And I'm gonna bring that bomb mama man, Angelique Bailey. I'm
Man.
gonna bring her on out tonight.
That's
We're gonna
my
hang out
sis.
with the Miss Juanita as always.
All right. We appreciate it. So you get a ticket for free,
I
but
love
make
it.
sure that you share that link and bring 4 or 5 people with you. Cool.
I will.
Thank
All
you,
right.
India.
All right.
All right. Later.
Later.
Yay.
Man, listen, man, you are great at negotiations. I'm gonna let you know that. Man.
You
Think so?
are. You are. Like,
Really? Damn.
What kind of negotiation right there?
Right.
you're like, ah.
Oh, wait a minute. I got a breaking news for us.
Breaking news.
Man, I hired a salesman today. And
What?
this dude is the truth. Seriously. Bro,
What's he
probably
gonna sell?
like in his 60s. He's going to sell t-shirts.
To like corporate wise.
Corporate wise. We going
Wow.
after every major business, every regular mom and pop business, every business. Like while I'm in here working, he's going to
Yes.
be pounding the pavement
I love
and
it.
bringing it home.
Good.
I
Man,
love it.
and this brother has 42 years of sales experience, and he came in giving me so many different angles of his approach. It was perfect.
So you made them hang up.
Hello?
June.
Hold on, y'all want to call somebody back on this show?
Let's play.
Are y'all
I
down
was
to
gonna
do
say
that?
let's play on the phone. I didn't say that, y'all.
Let's do some nephew Tommies in here.
You know what?
Whoever just called us,
do-
call us right
I
back.
do want to do a nephew Tommy.
I want to do one too, man, because I like literally.
Because I think I could really get somebody. Let's do that the next time we're on the podcast.
So we did prank calls on her before.
Did we?
It was a BBM podcast. That shit was hilarious.
That is lit.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bree.
Oh my
BB
goodness.
Steele. What's her catchphrase?
Bree, better know than Bill. I ain't never had a chick test my loyalty. I've been real.
Yeah.
Slim Jim, Prim, the Slim Jim, and Miss Parker.
Miss Parker.
Oh my goodness.
Shout out to Deasia, man, and
love
Miss
it.
Parker, man.
For sure.
Miss you guys, man. Y'all come through and do a reunion like Bad Girls Club and all that.
Heck yeah.
Is T-Shirt King open to internships? What Tyler Perry tell me when I went to that door? You can't get in here. You got an appointment. What's good? Welcome to the Third Perk Podcast.
The Broken Entrepreneur.
This ain't the Broken Entrepreneur Podcast today. She's got more than one podcast. See, this is the Third Perk Podcast. The Broken Entrepreneur is only when we talk about broken entrepreneurial
We did
shit.
talk about that today.
Yeah, but she have a special guest. She got a whole roll
I am a
9.
special guest.
She got a whole season getting ready to
I
roll
am a
out.
whole season.
Peanut, idiot. Third Perk Podcast. Like I said, ignore Peanut. Ignore Peanut Podcast. Nah, go ahead. I'm sorry about that disrespect that Peanut showed you. Who's calling?
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
All right. How can we help you today?
I am calling. I would love tickets to come to the Broken Entrepreneur podcast to support Miss Juanita.
That would be so cool.
Yay.
So listen, can you do something that would be super balling for us? We posted a link.
Balling.
We posted a link. And we want to keep you on the phone. Click that link that Peanut just put up.
Okay, I'm going to put you on.
We gonna leave
Who
by
are we
example.
talking to?
Who's calling, by the way?
This is Deb. Well, good by Deb.
Oh, good about that. Shout out to Good. For sure.
Oh, hey,
Good.
goods right there.
Have you got your tickets already?
I have not.
Come on, we about to get them right now, live on air. We gonna get the ball rolling.
Okay, I am on here, and I am trying to find the link.
So you want to go to the link that Peanut put up exactly to where you can actually get the
Put it
tickets.
inside the-
Walmart.
Okay, I see it.
You there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
Cool.
many links on here, but I think I see it.
Yay.
Come on,
Okay.
I want you to get your tickets and then post them as a screenshot
Oh my
inside the
goodness,
chat.
How cool is
Because this is
that?
momentum, though. Like, honestly, this is the type of stuff that's special, man. You know what I'm saying?
Aw.
Like, we need to do this.
Yeah, she definitely supports that network, and she already got the door wide open for us. You know what I mean? Like it's
Is this the
Okay.
one lady that's got the
Here.
dreads?
Yeah,
Yes.
my ticket.
This is that came to my book signing?
Yes.
This is you? What's up?
He's like.
Told you this.
The guy was like, is you a man or is you a woman?
who said that?
Oh,
Micah.
DM, and that stands for drunk Micah. Don't
Looking
listen to
like-
Micah had a night of tequila before he even got to the podcast.
He had it after.
But let me tell
afternoon
you,
of.
Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it.
Yes.
And you look amazing that night, man. Real stuff.
I know.
Yes.
I wasn't listening to Micah. Okay, I'm on here. So I'm going to, I guess, I'm in the room.
I'm in the
Oh,
room.
that's cool.
Whatever you get, we love it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Get me a ticket to. I'm saying with you, damn. I'm pulling up with you, man.
I love it. I love it. And the cool thing about it is the tickets are so reasonable. You can get a ticket for $12.50.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's so reasonable. That's what the poetry kids used to do.
Yes, that is.
They be like, I've got a book. How
Why
much is your
not?
book? $5. $5.
Dad, did you get a book? Did you get a book at the event?
I did
Well, come up here tomorrow.
Oh my
not.
goodness. And we're gonna have Broken Entrepreneur merch.
Yeah.
With so listen, anybody that gets tonight is free book at T-Shirt King. So Dad, you getting a book? You getting
my
you getting a
goodness.
ticket?
Yes.
You get a book to go with it.
Oh my goodness, that is a huge value.
It is that book $44.44, and they selling like flapjacks.
I've seen it.
You know where the store is?
I do T-shirt King.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody knows where T-shirt Kings is.
When you
It's a Dayton legend, legendary space.
go to my page, go to the Ahava
Don't you
Elyon
love
page, and
being
go
a
to my
gem in the Gem
inbox.
City?
Yes.
Okay, I sent you a request. You never accepted it.
I gotta find you. It's man, I don't even think they send me notifications for requests anymore. Nah, seriously, I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Where's my one pastor?
Deb.
He was like, why won't you
What's
let
your,
me be your
what's your
pastor? I
Facebook?
was like,
What's up, Pastor P?
no, who is Pastor
I'm
Pete?
not sure.
Oh, man, here you go.
Oh, can you inbox me, okay?
Okay, I
All
got
right,
you.
all right, bet.
Look,
Dang. Man, we have to be decisive. Once you say bye, don't try to come back and say anything, because if I accidentally, I'm waiting for you to say that. I messed up. Damn, it's so cool, man. I love you.
Y'all play too much.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so guess what, guys?
Talk to me.
I love you both.
Yeah.
And I have appreciated being here on your show.
Yeah.
But I am about
Is
to
this
go.
the dismount?
Look, I'm going. Okay?
Right.
Because they'll have me in here all night.
Yes.
Okay. And then they're not going to want me to sing. And I'm not singing.
Oh.
Don't you do it.
Yes. He is hilarious.
Just a little bit.
No.
Man, can you please sing?
No.
That's what makes these things go viral.
Sing, bruh.
I'm not doing
She
it.
Sing.
actually sings Whitney Houston.
No. I'm not doing
But she
it.
sings it like the Cookie Monster. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Just to give people just a little bit.
No.
Because you don't have to think, you either go sing it now or you go sing it after Broken Entrepreneur.
I'm not doing either.
Okay?
I'm not doing that.
Or I feel about it on my phone.
I'm not doing that.
Sonny Ray said, "Bye, Miss Juanita."
My
Man,
girl.
you got some
Girl
real,
Steph.
true people that just line up with you for real. We done
I
held
love
the
them.
same viewers the whole
Steph,
show.
will you please come to my podcast on next Wednesday?
Make her sing Cookie Monster, you're not coming.
Man, Sonny Ray, come on, man. We got to get ticket sales right now. Man, we need to do a Jerry Lewis telethon ticket drive, man, on this podcast tomorrow.
Yes, you gotta sing it or you ain't going nowhere.
We need a how many tickets?
I'm not singing.
I want to sell all the tickets to your
All
show.
of them.
I'm not gonna even lie, bro.
So,
Time. She said, "What time is the show? What time is the show?"
oh. Bye, Miss Don, Reverend Don. Okay, the podcast, the doors are going to open up at 6:45 on Wednesday. And we're going to get started right at 7.
Yes, sir.
Yes. And we're going to have fun. And I'm not singing like Cookie
I'm
Monster.
gonna sing like the Cookie Monster, man.
What does that mean? You do it.
I don't know how to do it. Otherwise, I would do it all the time. And no, because remember, you try to trick me. You try to trick me. Right? So I'm not gonna mimic your voice the whole time. Look, she trying to catch me slipping. Trying to catch me slipping.
Man, can we get a recap? I want to know who, what, when, where, and why. show. Who's doing the show?
Oh, I am doing a show. I am doing the Broken Entrepreneur podcast preview party at Wiley's Comedy Club, May 3rd. We're going to open the doors at 6:45 and the show will begin promptly at 7.
Oh, hey.
And why?
Why? Because entrepreneurship is very important. You should know what you're getting into, and you should know that it's not going to always be great. And when it's not so great, you need to know how to get over those hurdles. That's why.
Look, let me tell you right there. I'll only be there if you sing. Yo, the tickets are dependent on.
Wait a minute. Stephanie has heard me sing before. Nice, Kaylee. You've heard
I ain't
me
gonna see you.
And
sing,
she's
bro.
probably and she's probably heard me sing like the Cookie Monster before.
Come on.
She was with me for 2 years. I'm sure she's heard
Never.
me sing like the Cookie
I
Monster.
heard you like 3.5 years. Heard it one time. It was like, you got to do it every time.
Wait a minute. So me and Crystal and Tiffany, we were on the phone, and I was like, I was like, I can sing, blah 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 blah, and I'm singing it like the Cookie Monster. They were like, "Shut up!" And I was like, and I started singing it. They were crying. They was laughing so hard. Oh, I'm not doing it.
Oh, man.
I'm not doing it.
Oh, man.
If you want me to do it, come to the podcast.
There you go. There you go.
Yes.
Want me to
Brandon Turner's in here cracking up.
look.
Yes. He gonna sing like a Cookie Monster.
Okay, Brandon was one of my first students, and I love him so much.
Really?
He
Okay.
is hilarious. Now listen, I'm driving down the street. He pulled me over. He ain't even a police car. He pulled me over. Like, bro. I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, bro, I got an idea for a business. I said, bro, it's not the time for this.
Shout out to Brandon.
Shout out to Brandon. That's my bro.
Shout out to Brandon. I love Brandon.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was an amazing business idea, by the way. The one we're feeding on.
Cracking up even.
You know what I'm talking about. He pulled me over.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all were at Meadowdale at the same time.
Mhm.
You were older than Brandon.
Mhm.
So that means we were in the building at the same time. I was his teacher at Meadowdale.
Yeah, she a teacher.
I wasn't his teacher.
You go to mines that I know. I know that's
Look,
all my
look.
teachers was.
I wasn't your teacher, but I
I've
was.
never seen you there.
That don't mean I wasn't there.
Nah.
Well,
I was
all
a
I'm
first
saying
year
is,
teacher. I was very.
is every teacher that's in the building essentially a teacher of each student that goes there, whether they're in their class or not?
No way, man.
Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We may have had 6 math teachers at Meadowdale.
But the principal is everybody's principal.
Oh, God,
Everybody's
yeah,
principal.
for sure.
The principal is everybody's principal, but the teacher isn't everybody's teacher.
Nah,
Right.
nah.
And
Whatever
then even
happened
the
to it takes a
assistant
village to
principals,
raise a
they-
child?
They like
Wow.
split that up.
Wow. Well, in my school, every teacher
Yeah,
is an
cool.
every teacher is an educator of each student that's in that school, and each teacher is allowed to teach each student. Each one teach one will be the philosophy.
So you guys are only
I
gonna have like
disagree.
80
No.
students in your building?
I disagree with you because I say the only
He
education
was
is
class of
self-education.
05. Yeah, I was there. You graduated in 05. I was there.
Okay, let's walk down this street real quick before you go. The only education is edu. Have you heard of this philosophy before?
Mm-hmm.
And is it true or not?
Okay, so I always tell people, if you want your kids to know something, you should tell them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to educate your own children. You
Oh.
don't send your children to school to be educated.
But does that fall along the philosophy of parent teaching a child, or does the child have to teach themselves?
The child still has to take upon themselves to listen. And
Well, I think, but there's some
the
little
only
there's some little pieces in there.
Yeah, the only
You have
education
to
is
teach them how to learn. Does that make sense?
and well, wait a minute now. I think that this might be the only education is self-education.
Yes.
Just because you believe something or trust it to be true
have a case study.
Well, hold on. Just can let me get this out real quick.
Schmace studies.
Look, bro. What is the education process? Is it learning from a source out of your?
Sometimes.
I mean, okay.
But I'm going to stand behind you.
Learning from a source outside of yourself. I'll give you an example. Well, I'm asking, you said sometimes. Sometimes, yeah. So the answer is yes. You do learn. Well, wait a minute. Sometimes, okay, but the sometimes means
Brandon,
yes.
I need you to come to the coffee
It means
house.
yes, it's
come
possible.
To the coffee house and come to the podcast.
Yes, it's possible.
He said, I had to teach myself to, I had to teach myself to want to learn. I didn't have parents.
Oh, all right, Brandon. Wait a minute for a second now. It's not. I already. It's. I got tic-tac-toe on you already, but it's okay because your statement has a qualifying word in it that says only. The only education is self-education, but then you had another statement that said sometimes you learn from others. Huh? Which one is it? Is it sometimes you learn from others or the... I'm done. It's over.
Look, I'm like...
Go ahead.
Look,
go
I'm
ahead,
like...
P. It's
Look,
over. It's over.
Listen, have you ever heard this thing called a child that was raised by wolves?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was two twins.
Yeah,
It's called Remus and Romulus. That's the Greeks started. But go ahead.
They learned by they found education in those wolves and learned themselves. The wolves wasn't teaching them.
No.
You're making up a fictitious story and
using
it as a. This is a it's a story,
they took that baby in like as their own.
And they could have taught the child something that they learned.
You know what, bro? That's a doggone shame. You'll go to that.
I told you he's the most clever wit man ever. That was nice.
And I taught myself that.
Yes. So I do think that it's possible. It is possible to learn from different and error.
Absolutely.
But it's also possible for somebody to teach you something.
Absolutely.
And then for you to accept what they're saying is true. And that's where you're trying to say the only education is self-education.
The acceptance of the material. Because I can tell you right now that a million times a billion is 1 quadrillion, but you don't have to believe me.
Right.
So you go educate yourself to find out it's actually true.
He probably made that number up, y'all.
Well,
exactly. That's the prime example. She think I'm making it up.
Right.
But it's the truth.
Okay.
But
now go self-educate yourself and find out.
I don't have to.
Well, but even when you self-educate yourself, you're still learning it from outside yourself. The research that you're doing to find out that it's even if it's from a calculator, you were educated and put up on this game by an outside.
That's a tool, man. That's a different
tool.
But
no,
it's still
you
not
learn
true.
from research and data. Like
It's
if you look
like
up
you
something
and your
on the
chat
internet, the
GPT.
computer told you the information.
Your
I'll
chat.
you show your work.
Like let's say that you learned something by watching the news as to for something that happened.
You learned that on the news?
No, I've learned that from someone teaching me about the Pythagorean theorem.
How do you know about my life story?
Because I interviewed you
And
for 6 hours.
and
I was because I accepted what you said to be no facts. If I didn't believe you, I would have been no way, man.
it ain't even that.
I'm like, nah, man, he full of sugar.
Belief
like
and
that.
educated is two different things.
I think they run hand in hand, like they cousins at least.
They might be cousins, but belief is the accepting of the education that you receive. To educate someone is to tell them a certain set of facts that are provable. And you believing these things are what is accepting this fact to be true.
So where's the provable come into play then? Provable means I have to go check it and educate myself on it.
Well, only thing that's only thing that's proving is results. That's what proves it to you, not your belief. Like counting. If I tell you 2 + 2 is 4, and then I have 2 sticks here and 2 sticks there, and then we count them one by one, it's beyond your belief because you see the proof there that 1, 2, 3, 4. This 2 + this 2 equals a total sum of 4.
But you have to first learn to count. So again,
Yeah.
you have to teach people how to learn.
You have to teach. You have to be
teach
taught. You
someone
have to
how
be taught.
to
You have to
learn.
be, yes, you have
So
to be
there are
taught from
some
an outside
things-
entity.
Those are some
You
things
can't
that you
teach-
have to get before you can learn. Like,
You can't teach a deaf person to speak multiple languages.
that's not true.
I mean, I don't know if that's true, bro.
That's not true.
To speak something like you can't put things into people and sometimes they don't have the capability of even understanding.
But deaf people use sign language.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the whole fact of teaching. You
didn't-
still have to.
I mean-
have to absorb what someone is teaching.
But I think that you can bring up an outlier as an example, but it doesn't have to be the basis for everything. So what you're saying, let's just give you that. Say, okay, cool. You can't teach a deaf person multiple languages. That's true, but that doesn't mean that you can't teach anybody anything.
Okay,
didn't
wait
say that.
a minute. So
Well,
maybe,
you
maybe
did.
this is
You
a better
did
way
say
of
that.
putting it.
You
So-
said
No,
Deaf people-
what I'm saying is
deaf
I
people
still have
can-
to- I still have to accept what you're teaching me. If I'm not accepting what you're teaching me, it don't matter if you doing calculus in front of me. I'm not going to.
But
you can teach me until you.
but the point is,
But people can communicate in multiple spaces in different languages. So, and it's the important
It's
thing
true.
is that they're communicating.
and another thing too, look, you are saying that you can't teach anybody anything when you are saying the only education is self-education.
No, what I'm saying is you cannot teach someone who does not want to learn.
Now, yes, you can. Listen, I can teach you, but if you don't accept it, that's on you. But I still taught you nonetheless. I educated you nonetheless. You just didn't accept it. But I did teach you. That's just like if you.
If I don't accept it.
Well, hold on. Wait a
Can
minute.
I have some Hennessy
So,
for my
so,
cup?
so what about if you teach your son something? Hold on. Wait a minute though. Wait a minute. Does he have the right to say my father didn't educate me how to do this after you showed him how to do something?
Yes, he does.
He has the right to. Would he be right in saying that? He has the right to say it, but would he be right? Would it be a true statement if you showed your son how to change a water pump? And you showed him step by step, and you even made a YouTube tutorial for him step by step. And then he went off and told me, my father never educated me on how to fix a water pump.
How to fix
Would
a
that
water
be
pump?
true?
His retention for it is also a different thing.
P, you running. Just look, sometimes it's okay to say the truth.
No way, man.
You're right. You will fucking die on a sword
Look.
before you just tell the truth.
I love that term so much.
Hey.
I refuse to abandon it.
Abandon the bullshit.
No, I refuse to learn that.
And look, she said, answer the question. LL. Yes.
Look,
P,
go ahead.
this is a day where we reject the premise of there's no education except for self-education because Dr. J taught me at Sinclair. Dr. J, you know Dr. J at Sinclair?
Self-confirming biasness, man.
Man, Dr. J.
Dr. J besides the one that was dunking.
Dr. J is one of the most brilliant bros ever, and he taught us a lot down at Sinclair. Dr. J said, you show me a self-educated man, I'll show you a self-taught fool. He did. And he might have said it. He might have said, show me a self-taught person, I'll show you a self-educated fool.
But
said, damn,
you had to learn what he was teaching you. So how learn from homework?
How much did I learn from homework?
Homework was
I learned, well, I'll say this. I feel like I learned a lot from school.
And so how did you learn from homework?
I think that it probably helped me memorize the things they were trying to teach
It
me.
was practice.
Yeah.
Homework is practice.
Yes.
Homework is practice. And especially when you consider things like spelling, like having to take spelling tests and stuff like that, where you had to remember how to spell stuff and then go to school and actually take the test that next day. I think that I would say that those, though, and reading assignments and stuff like that, I would think that I learned out of 100% of learning how to read, homework probably contributed maybe 40, 50, 60%, depending on the subject. Yeah. Nobody gets what? Thank you. What? Thank you. I asked. What did you prove just now? Nothing.
And guys, girl, we
You are the
appreciate
best
your
dude
time
ever.
and your attention.
Thank y'all.
We do.
Man.
We so
I
appreciate
hope
you
y'all
guys.
learned something.
I hope you believe what you learned today, or you were not
Okay.
educated. You,
What have you learned?
And
yeah.
don't forget the book Stolen
Yes.
by my friend Elyon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
T-shirt kings. I know. I say it better and better every
Yeah.
time.
You like doing good.
I do.
That
I like
was
it.
cool.
I like you saying that. Ahava and Elyon. So you guys,
I love hearing.
You were taught the concept before you did homework.
wait a minute. Love you.
Love you.
Love you. We love you.
And you
Love
can have them
ya.
chips. I bought them chips and I put hot sauce in there too.
I did. He gave me hot sauce.
See that? Love. Okay.
Got
And look. She didn't teach me that. I learned it by observing her.
Yes. We
I
gonna put
do.
you in the woods with some wolves.
I do, guys. I like my Lay's potato chips with a little hot sauce. He was just in the woods with wolves. And see what happened?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you was good stuff. Yeah, that's lit.
Oh my god. But I'm leaving
Hey,
y'all.
we out of here. All right, y'all,
I
man.
want something to go with these potato chips. I'm
This was
hungry.
the greatest podcast.
I
Man,
love
you guys, man, make sure that y'all come through, man. We
We gonna
doing
have
the Broken
fun.
Entrepreneur podcast next Wednesday at Wiley's Comedy Club. Doors open at 6:45. The show gonna
Yes.
start promptly at 7:00. So pull up, man. Go to Eventbrite and search JM what? What we searching? JM
Enterprise.
Enterprise, and the link is also in the comments from Peanut Johnson. We gonna pin this link to the top of the page. Y'all get tickets. Come and see us at T-Shirt Kings, 4301 North Main
Because I
Street.
don't like the grade papers, Brandon. Don't be calling me out on the podcast.
What do you say, Miss J?
I don't.
Thank you.
It was too much. It was
Bye,
not.
y'all.
All right, y'all. We love everybody. T-Shirt Kings Network and chill. And last but certainly not least, third perk coffee
Third perk.
house,
You pop one perk,
baby.
you pop two perk, you pop.
Pop a third perk.
Yay.
Legendary People Podcast, Legendary People, Legendary Stories.
It's lit for y'all. What your gun sound like, P?
Boom, 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 boom.
What your gun sound like, Shell Boo?
Bam.
And what your gun sound like?
Wait a minute. He like our
That's a silencer. Put that little shit up. I don't have gun. Hey. Akava Elyon.
I do have guns.
Damn. All right, love you. She said, hey, man, let's go. Third perk always. Love you. On those tickets, MJ sold. Oh, again, then by Miss Juanita, XOXO fish, which is my favorite dish. And this was a great show. All right, everybody. See you guys next time.